our editors are from California. I wonder, do I have? I think I might have it with me. Yeah, I do have it with me. This is the book. It was written in the 20s about Muncie. On the back, it tells you it's about in the 20s, and they completely left the black community out.
So we're responding to that, to fill in the gap. Well, we're trying to. Mm-hmm. That's our goal. Okay. Well, what do you remember about your friends, like in elementary school and grade school, growing up?
Is this blue school, outside school, or what?
Whatever comes to mind.
Well, in elementary, I know we were always into like sports, and we used to call it the school ground at Western Post School, and we used to go up there after school and play softball. And as we were playing softball, I know the basketball court was full of the boys playing basketball, and we spent a lot of time up there. We used to walk the neighborhood, and when we was even younger, we used to even go out pop bottle hunting. Collect pop bottles, cash it in, and have a little picnic. Yeah, because pop bottles was a nickel a piece, like cookies, candy, put a blanket out in the backyard, we sit back there and have a picnic. This is how we entertain ourselves. And when we got to middle school, we was old enough to play with some other softball teams around here. So, we played for the Coatley Eggs, and we played for Knox Ladies.
Did they sponsor that?
No, they didn't sponsor us. They sponsored a team. But, when we was growing up, there used to be a lot of softball games, with the blacks, female, the youth. You don't see that anymore. And we used to just draw crowds. And we used to play down here on Carver Drive. We used to play over at Deacon Park. And when we was a little older, we played at Westside Park. And then when they built a sports complex out there, like we didn't have the black spectators to come out and support us anymore. And I didn't really care for that because the players had to pay to get in ourselves. And if you have kids, you're paying for your kids. But we grew up, around sports.
So, did you grow up in Whiteley?
Yes.
Okay.
I grew up the next street over.
Okay.
Yeah. This is my family home church.
Do you remember doing anything after the softball games with the girls on the team?
Well, see, a lot of us was friends anyway, in and out of school. We went to dances like together on the weekends and socialized over to each other's house, talk to boys on the phone, typical things like that.
Do you still talk to any of the girls?
We're not in contact like we used to be or like we should be, since everyone, gotten older, married, have kids, that takes the majority of your attention right there, is dealing with your family. Trying to make sure that your family has things that you didn't have, coming up. Trying to, show them a better life.
What do you remember about coming up?
Well, I'd say this, Muncie, when I was grade school, Muncie, to me, was a lot of fun because back then there were a lot more activities. The community, it would take someone my age or older to remember all the activities they used to have in McCullough Park. I kind of grew up in what they call Middletown, which is Jackson Street or 32. And there was a small community between, say, the bridge the Whiteley Bridge and Willard Street. There was like a community within a community in there, and so we socialized with kids from all over town. There was a boys club in Pekin Park area, so I knew a lot of guys there, and we used to come to Whiteley a lot. But in McCullough Park, there used to be a zoo. There used to be a train that the kids could ride. The Cincinnati Reds had a farm team that played baseball there, and I can remember being 8 or 9 years old, and they would give us a dime when they would hit a foul ball to keep it. We could catch it before it went in the river. So I mean, and that was late 50s, early 60s. So, but a lot of people don't remember the zoo that was in McCullough Park. And the train used to run all through McCullough Park. You could get on the train and ride it all the way down to Cincinnati, all the way back. And there were monkeys in the little pit down there, and then there was a bear in the hill, peacock. It was, So I used to spend a lot of time in the parks. It was safe there. They used to have a big set up a screen and show movies like Three Stooges and Cowboys and stuff like that. I remember being young and spending a lot of time in the park, with the big hill and the soapbox derby and all kind of activities, so basketball.
To add to the park, they also used to have like stage shows where they do can dances and all of that. And some of my best memory about the park is doing 4th of July, because everybody went to the park, for the fireworks. We had a concession stand, and they sell snow cone and different things like that. So McCullough Park was a place to be on the 4th of July.
It was a very, very, very nice park for a long time.
On the other side of the park, see the fireworks, the river, staging.
Yeah.
Was there as much going on in Hegan as there was in McCullough?
No, well, there wasn't, no, I would say no. Now, there were cabins in Hegan where they used to have parties or reunions and stuff. But on the other end of Hegan, on the west end, closer to the Garfield School, now there's a tennis court and some swings and stuff like that. But mainly, Hegan was just the open area park.
Yeah, not for entertainment.
Yeah, it didn't have the entertainment value that McCullough Park had. And then I can remember when I was young, things we used to do like Thursday nights, we'd go skating at Gibson's. I'd done that all in my youth. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of activities.
Just swim at Phillips.
Yeah, those legs.
Some couldn't go to two and we would go to Phillips.
Yeah, back then we couldn't
Couldn't even go to two.
Because of segregation?
Yeah.
Where was Phillips? Oh, go ahead.
Phillips was right off of East Jackson Street. It was like a quarry. They had a senior part up front where it was shallow, but once you went across the wall, you were in the quarry. They had all kind of old stories about how deep that thing was. They used to say there was a train car.
Say with no bottom to it. Yeah.
Train kind of a bridge that went across, and they said train car fell off there and something. They never found it. And so, there was all kind of.
You come around the river road to here. You ever come around the river road?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you come around the river road past the houses, and on your right where the river is, you'll see a wall with graffiti on it. That is the wall.
On the other side of that wall is Phillips Lake.
Right near that bar near where that factory is. That's the factory right up there.
You got access to it by way of East Jackson Street. When you come around the big curve where it goes into Maine,
you had to know how to get it.
Yeah, you had to know how to.
On the right is a place over there used to be a Buick
Dealership.
Big old stone building. Right back up in there to the right, clean up in there. So where we went into.
Really has across the trestle. Come from Whiteley, across the trestle.
And then there was a cannery right next to it, and the guys used to. I don't know if you know what they are, but they called potato sticks. They used to, some of the guys that worked there used to give us these potato sticks. Came in a can, and they're like
Butterfield.
Yeah, they're like potato chips, but they're a kind of a long stick. And they used to give us those all the time. Some of the guys that worked over there, so you know, we had our ways to make our little hustles, like the pop bottle thing. You know, so. But like I said, back then there were a lot more activities for you. I'm sorry to see the state of entertainment for the kids in Muncie today, because it's sad. I mean, we had places to go, something to do all the time. These kids now, there's really not that much for them to do, and it seems like when they get together, there's too many of them, and then there's always a problem. You know, so I really feel for them, because like I said, we have a lot of entertainment.
We used to do a lot of us. Not to get down to football games over to Middletown Junior High School had football Friday night or Central. And we end up in the cabin down there again, we'll call it bar. We have dances and stuff right after the game. And that place would be packed. People be hanging outside and everything. So we always got together, be like 200 or 300 of us, but we never had a problem. Like, it's like nowadays, 25 kids get together and fight or break out or something. But back then, we'd get together and just didn't do that. I don't know, you never thought to do it, I guess.
I just kind of think the whole thing of it, in my point of view, is when I was coming up, I mean, you didn't get in trouble because you had to deal with adults, parents, your parents' friends, and they didn't have a problem with telling you, and then once you got in trouble with them, you got in trouble again when you went home, so it wasn't working, you know. I've gotten 3 with them. I mean, my grandmother, and then an aunt, and then by the time I got home, the phone was already rung, and I'm saying, oh man, I might as well run away. You know, but it wasn't. What's that saying? It takes a village.
They look like you're thinking wrong. Look like you were saying something wrong. I got with you sometime for that.
Take a whole
But
village
it
to
just
raise
said it takes a village. But you know, back then it was, we had like a village feel. You know. But I'd say, and growing up in Muncie, it wasn't bad. It wasn't, you know, to me. I had a lot of
There's something always things to do. Even if there wasn't things to do, we would invent things to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, what was your question?
And see, you know, as a small kid, I can still remember the guys playing flag football in the middle of the street. You know, a car comes, stop the game till the car go by. Or we used to play softball in our backyard or out in the street. You know, we entertain ourselves. You know, sometimes my kids would say, "Mama, you're bored." Well, you know, we didn't depend on our parents to give us entertainment. You know, we did it ourselves. You know, but I think the streets was a lot safer, and you know, there was recreation every Wednesday night, and Lodi Pryor used to have recreation at one of the elementary school, and we used to go over there, you know, be under her guidance. You know, there was just different things to do. We had a community center, Whitewood Community Center, and you know, you go there for, you know, recreation. And I remember some of the talent shows, and we used to get involved in some of the talent shows. Didn't really have any talent, but we got involved. You know.
See, I'm older than them. We used to go to bed at night. We didn't even lock the door. You could sleep outside and never worry about anybody raping you or sleeping beside you and wake up. You know, it was just open. Yeah. And then I lived in a mixed neighborhood, right out here in White. And everybody was out and up on me in the neighborhood. So my neighborhood, and then some of the people are still in the neighborhood. So I didn't know, we didn't know, like I said, we didn't know we were different or anything until you went to higher grade school, junior high, and all that stuff. We grew up with everybody. Everybody's mixed. You know, everything was mixed out here in White.
You said when they built Northside, things changed?
Oh, no, before that.
I mean, we'll see, we're different age groups.
Yeah, my kids, my girls, and my brother, my big brother was Northside. No, I'm way.
In the 60s, they had you used to go grade school, junior high school, high school. Okay, grade school went to 6th grade, and then junior high school was 7th, 8th, and 9th, and then you went to high school, 10th up to 12th. Well, when they changed that system and they put middle schools,
the first change they did was they took the 9th grade and put it with the high school kids. I was in that group.
Yeah.
I was in a group of the first 9th graders to be in high school.
And then they closed up a couple of schools, and that kind of changed the face of Muncie as far as how do you want to say it mixed. It was a different mix because some of
it sort of kind of changed the identity.
These guys can remember when there was only one high school.
Yeah.
Okay, Muncie Central. Okay, then when they built Southside.
They built Southside Muncie. They had the first senior class.
62 was first year.
No, I graduated in 64 and it was first senior class.
But they opened in 62.
It was open in 62.
I know, but the first senior class graduated in 64.
Okay, now when they did that, when they brought Southside in the mix, that split
Right
the
in half.
community in half. Okay.
The railroad tracks was a dividing point.
Yeah.
All those south of the railroad tracks went to central, north of the railroad tracks. South side.
So then you had,
North of the railroad tracks.
you had all those kids that knew each other and used to play together. Now, now they're going to different schools. Okay, and kind of polarized. Okay, then they built Keener, and that took most of the black kids out of because McKinley was a pretty centralized school. It was like in the downtown area, and there was a lot of black kids.
Yeah.
When they built Keener, and with Southside being open, and the other a lot of black kids were going to Franklin and Wilson, that just wiped McKinley out because all the black kids were going to Keener.
That's the first and that.
Me living where I live, unfortunately for me, I was one of the few black kids that were left at McKinley because the kids in our area, we stayed at that school. So, needless to say, I mean, I always got along anyway with a lot of kids, but needless to say, as far as sports and stuff, they used to get killed.
As a matter of fact, when they split the school, as I recall, since I played in that first game, that was the hardest fought game of the whole. It was a grudge match.
Yeah.
And it was people that had graduated the year before were standing over the shooters. You come out of the stadium, threatening some ball defense center, shoot that Southside beat y'all.
So McKinley was a high school at this time.
McKinley was a it was a junior high school.
Junior high
They went 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Okay.
Right.
And then by the time I got through 9th grade and got to Central, and then Central, McKinley, and Store, and then those kids that had been separated all came back together. And it's like, I was like, it was a rough few years at McKinley for me, being one of the few black kids in the school. And, but, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of white friends anyway, in that I knew. And then plus, at the time it was going through, Muncie was kind of like desegregated during a period of time. Kind of. There was some doors opening up. But then, when I got to high school in the late 60s, it got crazy. Okay? It just got... Muncie kind of exploded.
Yeah, coming from
When I was in Muncie, we went in alphabetical order. There was so many of them.
Yeah.
I was always with the D's, because my last name started with the D. So all the other kids I used to know, if I ran during lunchtime, fine. If not, our lunch hours, I went 8 to 4.
They were staggered.
Some went to 7 to 3, some went
Oh, you mean that's like
9 to 5.
95. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Three
some
shifts.
went 8
Yeah, 3
to
shifts.
noon.
You go down the hallway, it takes you just elbow to elbow.
7 to 2.
It's 5,000
There
people.
were a lot of kids at this school.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah, I
of
mean,
kids.
I don't know,
packed it like
graduated, I
sardines.
got over 800, just in our class.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, just in our
And in
class.
our class,
Are you
we,
telling us?
yeah.
Yeah, we
We're all
been
saying-
in school here since kindergarten in rap. We used to walk in school.
You ain't gonna tell that.
I went to school with all the guys, and they always stop by and pick up more flowers. Yeah, me and rap stayed there.
then another
We
thing
got
that
a few
happened.
birthdays in June,
But
months
you know what? Coming up, we had to walk to school on up until we got to high school.
Yeah.
We had to walk. There was no school buses or anything. You know, rain, snow, sleet, or hail, we had to walk.
Or right the city.
They had the city buses to route, right?
Yeah, so you
I mean, we loaded up on
But
that
the city buses didn't take you out there to Keene.
No.
Oh.
They didn't take you out there to Keene.
No,
And
sure.
then when they built North Side, the city bus, you still had a long
Yeah,
way to walk once you got off the
See,
bus.
Muncie Central was downtown.
Yeah.
Down there where the old ball.
You know the Ball
the
Corporation
ball-
headquarters
that
is?
was
Or it used to be, it's a paper
Yeah.
company now. That's what the school site used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, the big ball.
Up to the
So Keener was also a junior high?
Yeah, we
Right.
had
Yeah.
They call that the career center now after on the Elgin.
Uh-huh.
That was Keene. Junior high.
See, you had Keener, McKinley, Store, Franklin, Wilson.
Wilson, right?
There was 5 middle schools.
And we was the first class in Keene. I was the first, my class. Me and her brother, we was the first class to go to Keene.
To go where?
Keener.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what year was that?
62 in Oklahoma. I was 7th or 8th
They
grade.
built Keener and Southside the same year?
They opened up the same year.
Opened up
The
same,
same
it
year.
was under construction by the same time.
Yeah, they opened up the same
They
year.
were finished the same year.
And see, when they start doing that, when they, building the new schools and spreading the kids out, it was like the community, as we knew it, started
Right.
to
Yeah,
change.
it's hard to change.
It was, the city's not big enough, was never big enough for 3 high schools. Luckily, with the one you got out at Ball State with the Birds, well, that's kind of special because Ball
Yeah,
State
well,
kind of runs
yeah,
that.
the Birds
count
is kinda
that.
like-
But what they should have done is what they have now before they built Northside. Well, now it's now Keener, or junior high school, and just put everybody in one school because it was still big enough to handle. The school they built now on Central's current site would have been enough to handle all the high school students, from 9th grade on, for that matter. But they felt that they wanted to build a 3rd school, and they found out much later that the city won't. Well, it's not big, not that many kids that can go into 3 schools, 3
There
full-size
was
schools.
many theories about why Muncie Northside was built in the first place.
Right.
You know what the theory was with Southside Bill. I heard they wanted to break up the dominance of Muncie Central sport. So that's what.
Well,
that's what I heard.
That was one.
That was from the state level as far as the athletics went. But from the city level, there was a whole different attitude about, who was playing what, whose kids played,
Yeah.
And when you had a community on
all
the
about
northwest side, with the money, the professionals, and doctors and lawyers and
Judges.
and their
School was good for
community.
their kids.
Well, their
Right.
kids, their kids weren't athletically gifted enough
Right.
to play at Muncie Central, so they built their own school. So that
So they can get,
it's the same theory at Carmel.
They could have play golf.
yeah.
And they made Highland Avenue the boundary
borderline, so
line
they-
at the time,
yeah.
so it took a
They had
handful
a
of the
handful of
blacks
blacks
out there,
out there.
and that's how it was a handful.
Like
And
Violas,
that's
like-
what's really
like
crazy.
David.
Highland
Like
Avenue was
that.
dividing line.
Yeah.
Highland Avenue, right down the center of Highland Avenue was dividing line.
So
And
they
the ones that
put
was on this side,
On the
of
south
street,
side.
this side right here,
Yeah, the south side of
went to
Highland.
Central,
Central.
and then on the
Other
North side.
the north
south
side
side
and back.
divided down because my brothers went to north side, and then my kids went to north.
Yeah. See, we was right
That was
there.
a house divided because I was from Central, Mama was from Central.
Yeah.
And when I go to when my kids was cheerleaders, and my brothers was on the A team and all that. But when I go, I would wear black, all black. So I would not wear the red and blue colors for Northside.
See, my house is,
And then when they played
All
Central,
three high schools.
I'm sitting up in there with my purple blanket.
Get run out of there.
my house is all 3 high schools. She went to North Side, I went to Central, my kids went to South Side. So it's hard for me to have loyalty. I'm a Bearcat at heart, and everybody knows that, but I had to root for Southside because he was.
See, I don't know what you guys do.
That was hard for me, because Southside became our mortal enemies, even though the kids that went
And
there.
see, another thing that
wasn't
contributed to
Southside,
it was the fact that, you don't know, when Southside came online, the rebel flag was there. They threw it out in
that
front of
was
the
Yeah,
school.
they had
Everybody was upset about that.
bad
It went for
thing.
years before they finally got it stopped. The nicknames, the rebels, and then they had the rebel flag, the Confederate outfits.
Yeah.
Some of them were wearing them. I mean, it was really bizarre actually. But since they finally stopped flying the rebel flag, now they're still known as the rebels, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
But they don't fly the
They
flag.
used the cannon as the,
Yeah.
as the mascot.
Yeah, and that was why they were so upset at making sure that we don't lose that first game, because that contributed to the grudge match. You had half the people on the south side, the other one side of the stadium, Central peoples on the other, and it was just yelling at each other, and there was a lot of animosity and everything going down because it didn't want that. Now, all the names you can name your school, why the rebels? And why would fly the rebel flag? You know, this kind of stuff.
Confederate.
Yeah. That contributed to the animosity.
When was
This was 62 when they opened up. Well, see, they didn't have a stadium yet. The Southside Stadium wasn't built yet. So they had to play, it was their home game, but they played on our turf.
okay?
Field house. Right.
And that's the grudge match.
That was, I call it the fist fight of the century. And ever since then, every football season that comes around, I always making sure to go watch that one because that grudge match is still there. So there's a lot of animosity, Southside Central. That is the one to go see. If you're only going to see one game a year, go see that one. Because that one is the emotions fly. There's a lot of, hard hitting. And you got to win that one. Okay, on both sides got to win it because that's the grudge match. Yeah, he's shaking his head from that.
It used to be pretty bad. It used to be
Oh, it was terrible.
How's it now, Robert?
Yeah, it started in 62.
I mean, if you don't go to any other basketball game, you're going to go to
And so you get
Southside
carried over in the basketball
Central,
team.
even as of now.
Yes. The football grudge carried over into basketball. I don't know about baseball or anything like that, but the grudge that started in football, that very first game, carried over into the basketball season. So now there's a rivalry in basketball too, all the way through the years. And they just didn't want, it was this thing where they didn't want the Southside Rebels flying the flag to whip Central. We got 50 years of history behind us from 1914 on, and then here comes the newcomers when they split the schools in half. And the people you played with last year are now against.
Right.
And so there's all this hype. It was real hyped up. And like I said, these guys were serious. We felt on the field as we're looking out of the huddle up at the guy shaking their fist at us and all that. We thought we barely won that game. But it was one of those things that we felt they was going to get it. It was that much emotion wrapped up into not letting the Southside Rebels beat Central.
Were you a football player?
I was a football player at Central.
Were some of your friends then split and you had to play against them?
Yeah, we played against them. In 61, we was all on the same team. 62, now we split right in half.
Did fights ever break out?
Well, in pushing and shoving matches. That's my name calling. But no, it was pathetic.
If they hadn't been Northside when they built it, okay, Central's got, how many? 7 state basketball champions? 8.
And see, that was another thing that drove us. Is that
had they not built Northside when they built it, the talent that Northside took out of Central, we would have had probably 3 more state champions.
Not to mention the fact that the 3 years before we finally, and of course the big push was to get be the first school in the state of Indiana to win 5 state championships. There was 4 of the cities that had 4 when we took it in 63, okay? They was pushing and giving grades away and everything else so you can keep the people eligible so that we could do that. Okay, so we finally did that and won and got the 5th state championship under the belt in that year. Now, we considered that prior to that.
My senior year, we were 1 game.
So 5 years, thank you. 5 years prior to that, we went to the final game. We got beat in the afternoon game or the, sure.
East Chicago.
East Chicago or Gary Roosevelt, or South Bend Central.
You and
Those are the ones who put this out.
And this is the 60s?
This was like 59, 60, 61, 62, and we finally copped it in 63.
Yeah, he did. South Bend.
Yeah. Remember when Bonham missed that one shot, would have won it? He elected to try to hit the rim and bounce it back. So he get another shot, and he missed everything. So we lost that one by 1. We lost that one by 1. That would have been back to back. And then since then, all the people, we always say that.
But we were suspended for 2 years.
And we were suspended that next year after what? 64.
Yeah, my junior year.
And they suspended every.
That was probably the worst thing that ever happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because we
to this day, I'm still bitter.
The basic team was back again.
Good football team, good
Could have been back to back.
Tell them why
Back to back.
was suspended.
We don't
Fighting.
Y'all don't know?
Fighting. We fought in a tournament. One of my friend of mine who's dead now, Billy, got in a fight with one of the guys who was married.
Billy Ray.
And Billy Ray, and he got in a fight with Push and Shove, and he swung at him. And they suspended him, and then they got all the way to the commissioner.
Him and
And Andy was involved in it too. But Billy swung at the guy, and then that's what the commissioners of the ISHA says, okay, y'all get 1 year suspension. And it starts
was
January 1
about an incident
of 64 to January 1 of 65.
That happened, so,
During the suspension, y'all didn't get to play any
Nothing.
sports?
But you know what?
Like including
There's nothing. They spent the whole 12 months.
the entire team.
No, yeah, that's what hurt us.
We had to play intramural. My baseball season.
I was right
we played
behind
intramural
them, and I
teams.
was in middle school, and they suspended us.
Yeah, they spent the middle school.
No,
that was
So
that was the worst
That was
thing.
disastrous.
That was disaster.
I mean, you know.
Now, if you take into all of that, we could probably have 15, 20 championships. But now, the thing is always, Centrals, you got 12 men on the basketball squad. The 13 through 20, something like that, could go into themselves a place to start. Because I was one of them. Okay, I was one of the last ones cut off that 63 team. Because there was so much talent, it was a dog fight. So Frank Springer's living now, that was the field. That house wasn't there then. We was the only one in Whiteley that had 2 goals. We had a full court in that field. And it would be the NBA championships of the world we held right there. Southside against Whiteley against the apartments. And there was somebody else.
What street was that court?
It's on Kirk Street, right where Frank Springer lives there. Right next to me. That was an empty field. And Mr. Peavy's got the telephone poles to put in the ground for us to put basketball goals on. He worked for the light company. And he had the guys come down with that borrow thing and put them posts in the ground for us. And we put basketball court. And then just by playing out there in the weeds and grass, we beat the down. We had dirt court and this kind of stuff. And that's where we would have on Saturdays, we call it the playoffs. And it would be Whiteley would have a team, the apartments at Parkview would have a team, and then the guys from across the bridge, we call them the industrial road people, would come over and we play round robin tournaments on that full court.
And what time was this? In the 60s?
This is in the 60s. Okay, early 60s.
Basketball. Muncie was a hotbed for basketball. I mean,
everybody played.
Every team in the state had a Muncie Central. But everybody knew us and respected us. They knew when we came.
Then one of the guys down in Indianapolis made a remark. He was so tired of Muncie Central teams coming down there and winning everything. What's his name? He was a broadcaster. Tom Carter. Yeah, he hated because we were winning so much. He was down there all the time, and they just didn't want that.
But you know, the thing about the bad thing about that suspension is that it really hurt. Like guys that were seniors that year didn't get scholarships probably because they couldn't play. That really hurt not only basketball but
the whole program.
The whole program. That was devastating. It was mean spirited.
Well, they took the opportunity to stop us because that team that won the 64 or 63 one basically was back intact for the senior year that year, and we could have had a good shot at being back to back. Well, they erased that when they suspended us. They erased the whole 12 months from December of 1962 to December 64. I mean, they wiped out his whole senior year.
So, I mean, you know, high school athletics was, it was a political table. I mean, it was politics. Yeah. You'd be surprised how much importance placed on high school sports, especially basketball, in this area.
Now, to give you an instance, what he's talking about, the principal, Mr. Huffman at that time, was on the 51 state championship team, okay? And he went around to all the teachers, and I was in an English class, when me and a couple of other players, he'd come in and he would give a direct order, if you will, to the teacher. You got 2 of my basketball players in your class. I want to make sure they pass. And you make sure that, won't you? We showed up, put our name and date on the paper, and handed it in, and we get a seat for that.
Have you ever seen the movie Hoosiers?
Yeah.
And what's the guy that hit the shot?
Yeah, he still did it too.
He's a commissioner on the basketball. Matter of fact, he's a basketball. But anyway, the team that Bobby Plum.
Yeah.
The team that he was on, and the team that they beat in the state championship was Muncie Central.
Right. Milan beat Muncie Central.
Yeah, Milan beat Muncie. And it was, I mean, it was like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, scored 36
it was
35.
like history changed, you know, in Indiana with the big, we call it David and Goliath. Milan was a little bitty, you know, backwoods school, stuck out and you still don't know where, and then you had Muncie Central. Well, Muncie Central had its reputation because everybody knew it. I mean, anytime the school could go up to Gary, I mean,
And see, and that all when it made the decision to break it up into the class action they got now, that's the case that I go back to. Go back to Milan.
Yeah.
Look how tiny Milan. I think it was 26 people in the whole school.
See that class basketball,
and they beat us.
That's
I guess
taken
the small
away.
teams can beat big teams. But this thing they got now, we got 5 state divisions and all that.
They're taking that opportunity
They
away.
taking all that away, saying that the little teams don't ever get a chance to win. Well, they do. You know, Milan's a case in point. You should have left it alone. Because they admit now they're losing all kinds of money because they got it all broke up now. And it's not as much clout as it used to be. That I'm 5A state champ, 4A state champ, or whatever. Mm-hmm. That don't mean anything. Put everybody in one basket and let them play all the way down like they used to.
Didn't they say they were going to have a tournament, a champions tournament?
Yeah. To see who really is and let the winners play.
You know, because they still say, well, yeah, we're state champs. Well, we're state champs. Who's the state champ? You know, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
So, from what I understand, they were supposed to get them together and let them all play around robin tournaments to find out who won the true state champion.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that going back to the old way, having one
right.
state?
Well, they were going to vote it out, but it never came to, somebody kept killing it before it gets to the floor.
Well, first they said opening up like this would give more kids an opportunity to be on a championship team. Then you come with the idea, okay, so they're on a championship team. But who's the true champion?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. And it's always going to be that doubt.
Yeah.
It's always going to be
But
that.
that's all.
You got one.
But the other issues with the cost of the way it is now, because you got so much traveling.
Right.
Yeah.
The classes, like you might go 60 miles to play and all the traffic back and forth.
Are you taping all this?
Yes.
Yes, you got to take it.
Our minister is from Richmond, and they didn't know too much about basketball.
We were just state champions in football.
Yeah, we've been teasing for 10 years about the rivalry between Richmond and Muncie.
What I want to tell you, young ladies, is to be extremely careful because these two guys here, pickpockets, and they get all
See, it was just this year we finally beat Richmond in football because Central had a really good football team. But usually they put us in football, we get them in basketball. We always say we see basketball.
Do you go to the games?
Yeah, I've been going to them late, especially last year when the football team as good as we were. But I try to make as many others as I can. And you know, the only thing I want to say about the way the football is now, the spirit, the school spirit. Now, I don't know. One of the pastors, Connie K. Bell, was in that cheer block. They used to have a cheer block. Oh gosh, probably what did you say 200 strong, maybe 300 strong. They had the purple and white shirts on and all that. The whole block, and then the cheerleaders in the little outfits down on the track. They were leading. Okay, well, lately they ain't got that no more.
They still have cheer blocks for youth at Central. They need to have cheer blocks.
When I was in junior high school, they still had a cheer block, and they used to have charter buses so that we could go to the games.
Yeah. But see, that's the spirit. And then when I went these last few years I've been going, you know, this is not the spirit. The teams out on the field playing,
Usually the cheer
everybody
block
stands, they pay attention.
cheer block Central and you and Mallow.
Yeah, y'all was
Barbara
the
King. The purple and white.
Purple and white, the things on, tops on. And the little white, purple and white pom-poms and waving.
And they were charter buses.
all white, others were purple.
And then they had cards they held up to make pictures.
They had to sit, and we would go down and we
Right.
we'd make letters.
Make letters and pictures.
You
Yeah.
know, and we'd be flashing, you know, it'd be like they say, the one I remember was basket, boy. You make the basket, we'll make the note. Things like that.
But see, that's what I said. All that spirit's
We
gone.
would do it too.
Yeah.
Our family reunion,
to
the
hear
guys
that all the
that's
time.
why we all get a little cheer thing blocked up. The cheering really gets them to go.
Absolutely.
Like every, you know.
Now, going back to that grudge football game I was telling you about, the cheerleaders got into it. The blocks, both the blocks were yelling across the field. We're down in there in the halftime. What is all this noise going on? They're yelling at each other
That's
back and
right.
forth.
And the thing that made us shut up is Muncie Central said, we the state champions, blah, blah. And then the other team goes, that was last year. I was so embarrassed. He was telling me, we the state champions.
You talk about spirit, it was there back then.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I mean, in basketball or football, it just doesn't seem as it's there. I don't know maybe it's just a whole different generation of kids now.
Yeah, the division thing, you know, it's not as competitive.
Everybody
As,
wants
I don't
to
think
win.
it's as competitive as it used to be.
Everybody wants to win, even the kids nowadays.
Because one, you know, like when they divided it up in the classes, you know, it took away some of the.
And maybe it's a function of money too. Maybe they don't have the money to outfit all the cheer, to make that cheer block, or there's maybe not enough interest for it like it used to be.
But you know, getting back to what you said, Bob, earlier about politics, it's kind of sad because I can remember, you know, guys growing up playing basketball. There were so many good guys that were real good. They wouldn't even go out because they knew they were going to get cut because there were only about 4 blacks on the team. Yeah. I remember George, your cousin George Ross was good.
Yeah,
he would be out there playing basketball, and Bill and them, and they couldn't guard him. Playing, he would go between his legs. What you see the guys do now on TV, he would do that, but he wouldn't even go out because they knew that you know, they were only going to have 3 or 4 blacks, and he wasn't one of the 3 and 4.
And he wasn't tall enough.
Right,
He wasn't tall like it, so he probably wouldn't get it. So Jordan.
But there's a whole bunch of guys like that. Lester Williams was real good. Jimmy's brother, he was real good. There's a whole bunch of guys real good, but they knew the politics, so they just wouldn't go out.
Well,
the same way with you.
We would have won state in '70, but if it weren't for the trouble that happened at the school, and then they ended up. Well, yeah, but y'all got suspended.
I know they suspended.
We more or less did it to ourselves, protesting and. Well, they said it was a riot, but I was there. It wasn't really a riot. I've seen the real riot. That wasn't one. There was a lot of unrest during that period of time. In '68, after Martin Luther King got assassinated, and what happened before that? Oh, Malcolm. Okay, and then Martin, and then Bobby King. And it was like they called it a cracking time. It was like everything just went topsy turvy. Everything was changed. So it was coming through school then was kind of rough. I mean, you know, because you never knew from one day. And then plus on top of that, Vietnam was raging back then. I mean, you know, I know a couple guys that actually when they left school and went to Canada because they didn't want any parts of it. I had a good friend of mine that got killed in Vietnam. And then came my turn, and they canceled all the furnaces. You couldn't go to college or be married and have kids and get out and going. They took everybody. And so when I came out of high school in 1970, I got a chance to work a little bit in the factory before I got my notice. And then I had to go. I mean, at 1 minute, you're protesting, you're burning your draft card, the next minute you salute, you know. And it was like a culture shock because, you know, you walk around with your big afro and you pick in your hair and you think you're cool, you got on your bell bottoms and your dashikis. 2 weeks later, you got no hair, you in a uniform.
They're on your nose, yelling at you.
Now they changed your outward appearance, but you know, it's hard for them to change what's up here, but luckily, like I said, I joined the Navy to keep from being drafted into the Marine Corps because I had a cousin who had went and he wasn't gone 6 months and came back on crutches and shot. And I said, he said, whatever you do, boy, do not go to the Marine Corps because he said they'll run you through boot camp, put a target on your back and drop you off in the bush. That's pretty much what they were doing to him back then. And it was bad, so I went ahead and I talked it over kind of with my parents.
One of the first rap songs with the rap that we got now, one of the first rap songs that came out and was played on the air was a tune called 19. That was about us, the one with the war.
About that generation.
A rap tune called 19. And when you got over there, everybody in your company was between 18 and 19. You had company commanders, 22 and 23, lieutenant colonels and colonels, and all that, because everybody was young. It's like it took a giant comb went all across the country. Everybody was 19 got drafted regardless of what you were doing.
They had a lot to go. The fight was kind of fun. It didn't matter, you were going anyway, but they had a lot of it. Okay, how a lot of the work was, they would pick each month, out of the year, they would start picking numbers.
Yeah.
And if your birthday, say they pick a number, and if that was your birthday, you know, that's number one. Then they pick another one, number two, and they go along with the birthdays. And depending on what your birthday was and how it fell out in the lottery, was how soon you would be drafted. You know, now, in the first 100, you automatic. You know, first 100 days, first 100 numbers. If your birthday fell within that, you go. I remember sitting in sociology class, and they used to let us read newspapers. And I can remember Ernie Davis, remember Juice? Opened the paper and was looking, and all of a sudden he just ripped it in half. And we said, "Man, what's wrong with you?" He showed us the paper. Well, they had done the lottery. His number was like 8. So he was gone. You know, he knew it. He was debating on even finishing high school. So it was pretty rough back then when I was coming. I still got my Navy ring. I came out. I was on the USS Coral Sea, and we did one of the last full wartime cruises of the Vietnam War. And matter of fact, we were over there when they actually signed the peace treaty. And the day that they signed the peace treaty, we bombed them that same day.
Yeah. Another thing you might be interested in is getting back to.
I got some stories for you.
Well,
one
of the groups is really interested in the military, so I'm sure they'll like to hear this.
Okay.
Because they're making a living, and they haven't gotten a lot of information about it.
Another thing too is that the student athletes that come through, a lot of them went on to go to college and then on to the professional level.
Yeah.
A lot of people from this area. I was one of the first football players to go turn pro with the Detroit Lions back in '65. Okay, but I was with Fort Wayne, which was a foreign club of them. That's where they shipped me to when I got out of Ball State, where I dropped out, and I went up there that very next year. But his given name is Bill Dinwiddie, but he's got a Muslim name. He was one of the first basketball players to come through with the Boston Celtics, '67. Matter of fact, he's got, I think, did he get three rings? They went back to back to back, 69, 70, 71.
Jim
60.
Yeah, Jim Davis.
66.
No, Bill Dinwiddie.
Yeah, he played.
You're older than Jim?
No,
Yeah.
no, Jim
I don't think Jim
Davis.
Yeah,
was-
Davis played for Cincinnati. didn't he?
Cincinnati. Yeah.
No, Jim Davis played.
He picked for Detroit.
Yeah, I think he did.
And so did Jimmy Nettles in football.
Well,
No, Nels was with LA. The Rams. He was a cornerback with
His
the
brother,
Rams.
the librarian at the Jackson Street's brother was a librarian.
Yeah.
I thought he went to Detroit.
No, he was LA.
He
The
went
Rams.
to Philadelphia first.
At Philadelphia first, right?
Was Dinwiddie with the Boston Dynasty?
That's what I'm thinking.
With
67,
Bill
68,
Russell
67,
Jim
68.
Davis was before that.
Not Davis. Yeah, but Davis was there just before that.
Yeah,
Jim
Davis.
Davis was, he went pro too, and he was in Detroit.
Who was the last year Boston?
Well,
Yeah, you're right. Well,
I know,
Davis.
Calvin Missionary Baptist Church. that's
Yeah,
all I know.
Davis did go.
Right.
Davis
But
did go.
then Calvin, I know about
Yeah,
it.
Then a couple of years later, then we did go, but Davis was.
Jim Davis
Was
was before-
first.
He's older than Jim.
yeah, he's older. He was the first one
I'm
there.
trying to tell you.
And then they came back and
Yeah.
That was the Knicks. Willis Reed come out with the
right 70. That was 70.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
But there's a whole bunch of people that's come down.
But you know,
I can
it's
tell you another
interesting.
thing that used to be very, very popular in this area that has kind of died out was boxing.
Yeah,
This area
was good
out there
boxers.
for good boxers.
Around what time was it?
Oh gosh, it's 60.
From the, I guess the late
Junior
40s.
Junior Hall.
Your
Yeah,
daddy
my
was.
father was
Yeah, he was good.
Young
Because
Blood.
him and the-
Yeah, Junior Hall and all them.
but through, I guess, what, the late 40s, the 50s, into
Yeah.
the mid
Into the
60s.
I would say like the early, the mid 50s. I can remember because I can remember your daddy. He was running around with my uncles. I remember him.
Yeah.
He was a boxer.
Yeah, and
He was running around with my uncle
Was
Jerry
that
and Robert.
who was the-
He was a boxer. I
The
remember
boxer
that.
that was a heavyweight, was that Archie or Art? Something like that. He's the one that put out Pop Chicken with Eye. He's heavyweight. He lived in LA. Ended up
that sounds familiar.
he put out Pop Chicken.
Oh, I know who I'm thinking. I'm thinking about Junior Hall.
Yeah, Junior Hall.
Junior Hall fought Cassius Clay when he was
Yeah,
Cassius
with Cassius
Clay.
Clay,
It
right.
was a training thing. It was Golden Gloves.
It was Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
It was Golden Gloves.
So, Because, Louisville, not being that far from Indianapolis.
And they say he wasn't from Louisville. Is it from Clarksville or Jeffersonville? One of the two. He claims Louisville as his home.
That's right, he's from right outside.
He's from Indiana.
I think they said Judy Hall had him whipped for.
That's what they said.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys in this area in pro sports, in all sports around here. There's guys that have achieved professional ranks, and done pretty good.
Did they ever have matches you could go to?
Oh yeah.
Where would they be at?
The Muncie Armory, which is no longer there. The big matches were at the field house. Let's see what else is there.
What building is that there where they?
It used to be where the Chamber of Commerce built. Let's say,
where the Chamber of Commerce building.
They built that new Social Security building.
And then when they had the big matches with, some pro, semi-pro, they were at the field house. So.
The Armory, I don't remember they had the Tina Turner.
That was another thing now in the 60s. The Motown Review, the Caravan of Stars. Then there were several groups from around that came to Muncie and performed here. I mean, we used to be able to get top flight entertainment. James Brown, Tina Turner,
James Brown.
Well, Marvin Gaye and all of them that was on that tour that came
Little Richard, all those guys.
Temptations. Yeah.
Come through Muncie.
Smokey Robinson and Miracles, we got a chance to see all them when we were young because they came right down there to the field house.
And the tour was called the Motown Review? Or
Motown Review.
Okay. Have you ever seen a movie about the Temptations? Okay, that review. Remember all the stars that traveled when they were young and coming up? They came through here. Several times.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, there would be sometimes there would be two major stars in town at the same time. One would be out to the skating rink, and the other would be over at the other. Yeah.
At the Gibson skating rink?
Gibson skating rink. That used to be a very entertaining place.
You said they called Muncie Little Chicago?
Yeah.
That's why they call down in Williston there was Dodge City. That's where they had a shootout. They always called London shootouts.
There's legendary people that came from Muncie. My uncle was telling me about Dylan.
John Dillon
would never rob a bank here because he said you couldn't get out of town because of the train. So he'd come here and party and relax, but he wouldn't do anything wrong here. This was like a safe haven for him. He said, you never rob nothing here. You rob a bank and get caught by a train. That's it.
What can you do?
I mean, there's all kind of legends floating around this town.
But that
Old
makes sense
stories.
too. You couldn't tie the train because
You never
somebody
do.
throw a whammy another train. You couldn't judge it by schedule. You couldn't do that.
I tell him every time we
But the blacks, they was pretty intelligent as far as music too, because when they used to have dances, you actually went to hear a live
band. Yeah. There were several bands that came out of this area too. Wes Montgomery used to come here a lot.
Yeah, but he's from Indianapolis.
He's from Indianapolis, but he used to come up here all the time.
Well, matter of fact, he was on the venue over when it was a Blue Note.
The Blue Note, yeah.
The Blue Note.
Yeah.
Wes Montgomery came and played the Blue Note.
There's
I was too young
a place
to get
called
in.
the Blue Note?
Okay, it was it's where the Muncie, it was their Parkview office is now, the Muncie Housing Authority office. Well, there used to be a store at one time, and the store closed, and then Freddie Edwards, a local guy, bought it and changed it into the Blue Note nightclub. About 60, 61.
How long did that stay open?
It didn't stay very long, about 62.
No,
By the time-
I wasn't that young because I was already married and Martha worked for me.
It was in 64, 65.
Right, because I still wasn't young enough to get in, because Robert, my uncle, laid on
Well,
the
I was
Robert.
17 in 64.
Well, I know, but
But Aunt Martha and them was doing it. I didn't go up in there.
well, I couldn't get in because Robert was at the door.
But I'm telling you that it wasn't he didn't have the Blue Note before 64. It's after 64.
Right, about 64, 65.
It wasn't
Yeah.
in 64, it was after that, way after that because
I remember sneaking in the 67 Supper Club.
It's
When
right.
did this burn down?
I was in the war in 67.
Jimmy wasn't doing that, not
Okay.
that, not 17, no. No, it was further than that, I was in my 20s.
Because all my buddies could get in, but I couldn't because mama was at the door.
Around the mid-60s.
Late 60s, early 70s.
I was 17,
I remember the
64.
Blue
I know that much.
Yeah, Blue Note was.
I turned 18.
Matter of fact, people from Indianapolis was coming over to come to
Something
school.
like that.
Okay. Because that's when we started sneaking in the club when I was in high school. 'Cause I remember.
She would come
What, are
back.
you saying that it
remember
was a
the
nightclub
67.
after the
She
grocery
would come
store?
back from Vietnam in
Yeah.
67.
Yeah, it was built as an A&P grocery store. I
It
think.
used to be the parking shop.
Parking shop.
Parking shop.
Parking shop. Thank you.
But
It
she would
used to
come
be
home in
Stevens.
67 from Vietnam,
Yeah.
and the Blue Note wasn't up then.
No.
Because we still living in apartments over on Madison Street.
Yeah.
We built our house in 70 over here off of
Harvard Drive.
Robert Drive and Faulkner Drive. We built our house there. And then Aunt Martha started cooking for us. So it had to be after 70. After 70, when the Blue Note come up. You were old enough to go in there.
No, it dates back to when I was under 21, before I went to the war. Yes, it does. It goes back to about, I'd say 62 or 3.
No, I don't
No,
think it was.
Because
I
when we
don't
used to
think it
go
was.
to
work.
Keener,
I don't think it was that
the
early,
Blue Note was
but
not open then.
it was
used to go
earlier
through the
than
parking lot.
70.
Right.
It was earlier than 70.
I couldn't get in.
You're right.
I couldn't get
I,
in.
I would say 60. I would say 65, maybe.
The best thing to do is just
67.
call Jimmy and ask him.
Yeah.
Blame it.
Yeah.
You can send that real quick. You go call Edwards and find out when he opened the Blue
What
Note.
was that other
About-
club?
But you find
They
out.
used to have the Highland Cafe.
The Highland Cafe.
Jesse might really.
Yeah,
Wasn't there something where Rasheed's Fish Market is? Wasn't there used to be something
Where at?
where Rasheed's Fish Market
Oh,
was? Wasn't that something?
Yeah, that was the coffee cup. And I don't know what other name it went by.
That's another thing. That's another reason why the activity so.
And then the WW Record Shop.
And then there was
WW Record Shop.
Remember the pork chop over on Centennial?
We've heard
It's an
about
empty field now.
The
It's
hole
where
in the wall.
Y'all not older than I am. I don't remember all of that stuff.
That's where Miss Mooney lives at now.
Yeah, Miss
Oh,
Newman.
really? No, that's before my time.
Pork chop.
And then the Birdland where Mr. Willie fixes cars.
Yep.
That was the Birdland.
Yeah.
Can you describe the pork chop? Because we just keep
It's-
hearing it, but we have
It
no
was
idea.
it was a old 2-story house. Had an upstairs, downstairs, and a basement, and it was just like they took all the furniture out and put jukebox and tables and chairs in there.
Yeah,
and
Really
the
free
kitchen.
juke joint.
You get fried chicken and all that in there. It's a juke. It's basically it. And it was after hours.
Couple little tables.
When everybody gets to partying, whatever you want to do, they wind up out there. And the chicken shack too. That was a competition
Oh
with the chicken
my
shack.
God, the chicken shack.
You go to one of the two and stay there to dawn.
So if we're trying to write a story about this in the book, how would we talk about it?
It was just a local. I don't know what you want to call it. Just
They were just juke
After
joints
hours.
after hours.
After hours.
Because it was open all night. After hours.
There's places like that depicted in movies.
Yeah.
Say if you could ever, if
You
you ever
remember
see Little Richard's life story.
Yeah.
At the beginning, when his dad had the little club, it was almost like that. Not quite
You
as
remember
rough.
the color purple? You remember?
Yeah, there was a color.
Yeah,
Yeah,
color
purple.
That
Okay.
little juke joint.
That's what I
Eve's
could
Bayou.
picture.
You seen that movie? Eve's
Real
Bayou.
close.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one of those in that where
Right
the guy
by
got
the
killed by
train
railroad
tracks.
tracks.
Yeah,
Right.
those are the
These clubs are real close to that. I mean,
Right.
they
That's
might not
the-
be
might
as
not be that-
rustic looking.
yeah,
You know, it
might
might
not be
be a
that
little
great.
better decor,
Yeah.
but
We're talking dirty floors.
you still
know.
talking the same atmosphere. The dancing
Right.
and you know.
And you can't see the people with the smoke in the ears, the smoke
Yeah.
cooking smoke, cigarette smoke,
Dim lights.
and other kind of smoke.
Lights, yeah.
Dim lights. And
You had to watch.
What?
You had to watch that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do that.
And inevitably, there was always a confrontation almost every night.
It's always somebody with somebody else's woman.
Woman. And the thing back then was razors. Everybody had straight
Oh
razors.
yeah. The good thing really didn't come around till after the '60s. I mean, you know,
One downstairs too.
Whoa.
when there were confrontations. What?
Can't call out.
The kid called on the phone for him.
When there were confrontations,
I was gonna call Freddie and find out what his store was.
it was either.
62860. 28.
But back then, when there were confrontations, it was either fist
Yeah.
or a knife.
Or a knife.
The worst thing was a straight.
Nobody got shot. Nobody wasn't carrying weapons back then. It was just, just typical street
What kind
fight.
of jobs, y'all? What kind of jobs did they have around here?
I gave you lessons.
Jobs. Man, it was 7 faculties. I mean, there were plenty of jobs.
It's mostly faculty, but they were there.
Chevrolet, Delco,
Dayton State,
Warren, Westinghouse,
Frank's Foundry.
Frank's Foundry. Yeah.
That's why there's so many rural tracks around here. They had a lot of materials shipped out and stuff. That's why the trains were so prevalent in these areas. Amtrak used to come through here, straight up to Chicago. We also had there was some other Marhofer. Was a meat packing. And I think it was another industry that was pretty big around here, other than the wire mill.
Of course, the Warner Gears and all that was here back then too.
We used to put a lot of car parts around.
They had a Frank's Foundry.
Ball Brothers. They used to make a lot of glass and stuff.
Plastic Jarley.
Muncie didn't have a problem getting a job. Most of those companies are gone now. So that's another thing that's hurt the community. You know, jobs aren't as readily.
To speak, to make the ball.
Japan, Vietnam. So I got a chance to travel and see things. Hawaii a couple times.
Is the A6 is that the Warthog or the A10?
No, that's an A10. The A6 was they used to the Warthog took the A6's place.
Okay,
but they're bombers.
Yeah,
that's what they do. Bomb.
As a cliche, I might be ugly, but I'm deadly.
But you know what the main thing that I remember about
But my point about Muncie was everywhere that I went, and I lived in Chicago and Vancouver, different places. To raise kids, I'd come back to Muncie because there never had been street gangs per se. Okay, in Muncie, there had been groups of kids that didn't like each other.
Right.
But you couldn't classify it as a street gang. They didn't force you to join their group, or they would beat you up. You were together because you grew up. He lived over here. He lived across the street. He lived across the alley. You know, it was because they lived in close proximity. It wasn't the thing that they forced you into. Yeah. Somebody might come back and say, "Man, I was walking across town and they jumped on me. Come on, let's go get them." You know, it's like that. But it wasn't a gang, organized street gang. So. Muncie, and like she was saying, they used to sleep. You didn't have to lock the doors. Muncie was a nice little.
What year did you open?
62.
I was thinking that because I wasn't old enough to get in.
I left at real 60.
My Uncle Robert was a bouncer at the door, so I couldn't get in.
The blue notes.
Yeah.
The 62. Yeah.
You mentioned the hole in the wall. What was that? Was that the same thing?
There's been
What was the one?
3 or 4 of them.
That was the one on Broadway right here.
Oh,
Hillside.
Hillside.
The whole
Palm Leaf.
Down here on Wolf Street, that bottles the hill here.
Well, no, there's one open now called the Hole in the Wall. They call it the Hole in the Wall. On what was that, Jefferson? What's Bobby's brother?
Evans.
Dwight's got their place open. They call it the Hole in the Wall. The Hole in the Wall is a name for a club that is not a club. It's like he said, it's a house that they rearrange and put a little bar in, and they open up after hours.
Now get this, y'all.
On Sundays.
The guy that runs it, is one brother. His brother's a pastor.
Yeah.
So Dwight.
Yeah. Don't
and don't talk about Herman Jr. You know, they used to gather there.
Get up off
we'll make a name.
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's all funny how one's a brother and the other one runs juke
the Hole in the Wall.
The Hole in the Wall. That's what they call that.
Name
I did not know.
That's
a house.
Not a club.
Bootlegging.
Somewhere to go.
It's
like
and Sunday.
Going the Hole in the Wall and hide.
Not everybody wants to go to places.
Was the pork chop like a hole in the wall or not?
Well, I don't know what did they bootleg there too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they bootleg there too. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Just one of them little juke joints.
Mainly open on
it
the
stays
weekend?
open all night.
Just on the weekends or weeknights?
No, it's open. There's not very many people that are going to week like it is on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Especially Sunday because it's not legal to get liquor anyplace else. You had to go to a place that serves $100 food to get a drink on Sunday. but this one, you know,
Yeah.
it's just a walk in, and it's super inflated prices and everything. You know, like a can of beer costs you $2, something like that.
And when were they open? The pork chop and the chicken shack?
Well, Chicken Shack just closed not too long ago. Maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Really?
There's houses there now.
I didn't
From
realize
about the
it was-
50s
Like, I
on,
would say in the 50s, 60s.
50s and 60s.
Mid 60s somewhere.
They opened?
Mid 50s and mid 60s, maybe a little bit before that.
The Chicken Shack was a little
Yeah,
before
probably
that.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Was
open
it? Yeah.
before that.
For what the
I mean,
mid
before it closed down.
Before it closed down.
In the 80s.
Oh, it was open in the 90s, wasn't it?
I think so.
No,
It
I
burned.
think so.
Didn't it burn down in
Well, I don't know. You might. You're
Early
early 90s,
90s?
maybe.
like
Because there's
Could have been you.
the houses are there now.
Yeah.
The houses you put together when you put them on site and stick them together.
Oh, yeah, my
Yeah,
God.
they're
Pretty fast.
modular. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast.
They're there.
But yeah.
Spot now. But again, these are places where when you get to going wherever you do during from say 10 to 1 or 2 or something like that.
concert.
A concert, thank you.
Club,
And then you go to
so-
these places
Then you go
to
to
have
the
chicken or whatever you want to eat and to just hang out.
Yeah.
We heard
And so
something.
nah.
We heard something about the Hilltop Cafe where you could dance or something.
Hilltop down here.
Hillside.
Okay, do you know where?
that.
Do you know where Hudson's Rental? Hudson's Rental.
You just talking about the, remember the
What
hillside
street?
roll
Right here on
down
Broadway.
On Broadway?
You talking about right there?
Right
Yeah,
there where the
that's-
Hudson
that-
Not
is.
right there by the river where we couldn't go.
No, not that
That
one.
was Riverside.
You remember the hillside?
Hillside.
Used to be right
Where
there.
Hudson's Rental place is now.
Hudson's rental place. You just call it a
Used to be
hillside.
Oh, I
Hillside
couldn't
East
go in
Restaurant.
there.
No.
Across from
Restaurant.
Color
They
Park.
wouldn't let me go in
Yeah.
there.
You already remember those.
No.
You remember
Don't you remember
Hillside?
Bob at Hillside?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hillside. Yeah.
Huh?
They have good burgers.
No, but I
Really
couldn't
good
go
burgers
because
at
they was
Hillside.
dancing and stuff and all that, and I was a musician in church, you know.
She was a church girl.
Yeah, I couldn't go.
That's why she got so wild. She got loose.
But I came back.
But there was a number of those everywhere. I mean, and there's some we probably don't even remember that was not as well known as the pork chop is and all that. Or somebody has a house party that lasts all night, you know, and do it on a regular basis.
Okay, so from 10 to 2, people usually went to concerts on the weekends.
Clubs, concerts.
Either that or just
And then
out to the taverns. There's been a lot. There's some taverns right here on Highland Avenue here. Highland Cafe. Where again, national groups would come through from time to time.
Okay.
We had Bob's Tavern.
And then Bob's Tavern, who that on side of town, was a he had a liquor license though. I mean, he was legal.
Yeah,
He didn't bootleg nothing like that.
that was
Bob Flowers,
Yeah, so the cat, Highland
only
Cafe
black
was legal, too.
person that had a
legal place.
liquor license in the whole.
That
Was
Bob's
Bob's-
Tavern is probably
Bob's Tavern.
one of the most historical black taverns in
He's a
this
million. He
area.
died a millionaire.
Bob's Tavern?
Bob's Tavern.
When Bob Flowers died a millionaire.
Yeah.
You should have gotten me.
What's
there.
that
When
guy
was-
had
Long
a
time
book that talked about Muncie?
But she done sold.
Colorline?
Life on
You
Greg
remember
Williams.
Colorline?
Yeah, Greg.
Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in his book, that probably give you more.
Oh yeah,
ideas
get that.
of how it
That'd be a
was.
good one.
Yeah.
For you. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Greg Williams.
Greg. Hell yeah, I played ball with Greg.
Sure he did. Yeah.
And Mike, his brother Mike.
Michael.
Mike was something else.
Yeah. But yeah, Greg.
Yeah, but if you get that one, as a matter of fact, I don't know
I
if
mean,
you get
his
Ball State
uncle was
students.
mentioned in the book.
Before President Brunel, he came to interview
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, he's from Muncie, but they chose Brunel instead of him to be the new president. Yeah.
I'm gonna catch on.
My uncle. Oh, yeah, my uncle was mentioned in that.
Yeah. Okay. See you later, bye. Yeah,
But
but
if you get that Life on the Coastline,
Life on the
talks
Coastline.
about in the area of town over there. I mean, there was Roach's Cafe.
yeah, roaches.
And,
Yeah, forgot about that
there
one.
was
See this
several
morning.
little-
Yeah.
What was the little place right there at Kirby?
Kirby and Madison Street.
No, Kirby and Hackett.
Mhm.
That building where Punchies is now.
Oh,
Wasn't
the
it?
black bag.
No, that was
that's
at Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Now that was something else in the 70s. There was a place called the Black Bag. They called it a haberdashery. You could buy
That's where Midtown
dashikis
Church
and
is.
Yeah, Midtown
shoes
Church.
and
Incense and great big
incense
ones.
and walking sticks with the African
Head on,
heads and different different
Dashikis
things.
and
Yeah, but you know that was pretty radical times back in there. And they were more or less like back to your roots thing. They were
Afrocentric.
yeah, they were bringing a lot of stuff in from Africa and sandals and like I said, dashikis and stuff like that. And you could go over there and buy all that. Elmer Ashley.
But what was the place you was talking about though? The other place
on Kirby.
On Kirby.
I can't remember what that was. There was a place right
Roaches
there.
was in that area.
No, Roaches was down on Kirby at
There used to be a liquor store right there too for a while.
Yeah, because Daddy mentioned that liquor store.
You talking about Miss Elmore?
Right on
Roaches
Kirby.
was at Kirby and Vine. Elmore's was at Kirby and Monroe.
Yeah, one block.
But there was something at Kirby and Hackley.
There's a liquor store.
Oh, in that field where the parking lot is. Yeah, there was something there.
Yeah, there was something there. And
Where it's that little building that sits.
Seminary Club.
No, that little building that sits right there at Hackley and Kirby. Now it's an empty parking lot right there next to it.
Yeah.
There was something on that site.
Because Muncie's shoe store was right there.
Yeah,
That little gray building was a shoe.
There was a building on that
You talking
corner.
about that insurance building?
No, there was
No.
a building that's not there anymore.
And not there anymore. It's on that. It's that lot.
But there was
It's
some
just a
form of
building.
entertainment there. Because I can remember.
Yeah, I
Sell
remember
stuff
too.
in that yard.
There's an empty lot there now. They
I
tore
tell
the
you what,
building down.
not to go all the way back, but I will tell you
It's
something
still
else
something
when
they
I
got.
was young that we
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Okay. Well,
And
that's
my
the
kids
site
got
where
to
this building
enjoy it.
was.
I can't remember.
There
Yeah,
used
I
to
can't
be
either.
a circus
See you
that
later.
came through Muncie. And there was a field across town called Kramer's Field.
Oh, there's about
And
to
the
take up
circus used to set up there. And that's the
That's
first
all
time,
right.
first time I ever
I
got
knew I couldn't get in. That's all I knew.
an elephant.
I wouldn't know nothing.
Okay. What else did they have? They had elephants.
And plus, the fact Robert was there to do it to make sure I didn't get in.
Camels.
Yeah, they had camels.
Okay.
What else did they
It was
have?
the carnival was coming down, the circus.
Yeah, what else did they have? Yeah, they had a big top.
Big
And I
top,
got
big
trapped.
elephant.
But it was the
Just in
first
the
time I ever
summers?
got a chance to walk up and touch an elephant. And I was a kid.
That was over right by Vaughn Brothers, wasn't that big field there?
Yeah, Kramer's Field.
Kramer's Field,
Yeah.
Is this in the summer?
Yeah, Reverend Cruz owned that lot.
In the summertime? Yeah. And this was like in the early 60s. I don't know how long
I
I
remember
But the last
that
time it
when
came
I
through was in the
school.
early 80s because we had
Because,
just
yeah,
moved
he
on
got a
7th
chance.
Street and I took my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to ride, the elephant, and it was really nice. So the last time the circus came through was in the early 80s.
Muncie used to have
Yeah,
a lot of
Muncie.
entertainment. I mean, but it's kind of hard.
The fair, the fair used to be a big thing.
Yeah, Delaware County
There
Fair.
used to be big.
Used to be real big.
Yes.
They ruined
It ain't worth it now.
You know, all kinds of shows. And they even had black shows at the fair.
Believe me or not, you wouldn't think.
But it's just,
What is it, the Lions Club? or
Yeah,
something
Yeah,
like
it's
that
always been
fell
like
out about
stuff here.
the ownership. They wanted to move it way out in the country, and it's just horrible. That fair is. It used to be real
it used to be real,
nice,
real
real
nice.
popular.
Used to
But
be popular.
like I said, politics kill anything.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do now? Like now that you're
Well,
I think he'd be best to answer that.
if you ask me, I'm gonna say, well, I hit the highway. I go to, I was in Indianapolis for concerts, and basketball games, football games, Colts,
Yeah,
Pacers.
we spent our time going to a lot of
Yeah.
professional football and basketball.
Well, I'll tell you what we just did here in Muncie.
We just went to see
Los
Bill
Angeles,
Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that's a shame because when things stop happening here and it forces you to have to go down the road, now you're faced with the thing with this, I'm going to have to drive all the way down there and all the way back, so now I can't have anything to drink or whatever have you, I run the risk of being stopped.
That's a
It
good
don't take
thing,
much to
though.
go point away. A couple of beers to take you over that.
That's a good thing, though. Yeah, because you don't need no more drunk driving.
Yeah.
Was that last year? We saw at the jazz. You remember that jazz in Indianapolis?
Yeah, last summer.
Last summer.
That was a good time.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah.
But you have to leave Muncie
To
to
get,
get any type of entertainment.
although
That
the
we-
downtown is
Yeah,
trying
our
to
age.
Our age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with was it yesterday?
There's a couple
Mardi
clubs
Gras.
around Muncie that he knows about that I don't know anything about.
So,
This is my
your
son.
turn, Robbie.
Yeah, he knows. He probably knows
He
about that.
just
What's
turned
some of the things that you and
22.
your boys
so-
do on the weekends? I know you spend a lot of time at the Y.
But the people in the street, what do they do? Where do they go?
Where's the clubs, man?
Y'all leave Muncie.
No,
Okay.
ain't there a club in Muncie? There's no clubs in Muncie.
Okay. Don't y'all go to that place on Walnut?
Oh yeah, there's
The,
something. What is that? It's a.
Oh, what they call that now?
It's where Henderson's Corner Lounge used to be. There's something there.
Is that Club Platinum? Yeah. Okay, Club Platinum.
It's supposed to be for young folks on Friday and Saturday, and the old heads on Sunday. They're supposed to play old music. They say old school music on Sunday for us old heads, and the kids have it on right on Saturday.
What street?
Kirby and
What's the club called?
When you was dressed
I
real
really
nice
don't
and
know what it's
suggestive.
called.
Okay.
Club Platinum.
Club Platinum, is that what it's called?
It's on South Walnut.
South Walnut and Willard. We're across the
Yeah, it
there.
used to be the.
Henderson's Corner
I don't
Lounge.
know which building. Okay, I know where Henderson.
Henderson's Corner Lounge.
You
It's in
know,
that
I
building.
always thought it was where, not the CIO hall, but
Yeah,
I
that's
thought it
what
was
I
a
was
hall.
It was the AFL.
Well, there was. They used to party up there from time, long time back in the 60s.
We should.
Yeah, but the CIO hall was on Willow Street.
Right,
Yeah.
so
But the one that's around the corner on
The
South
brown
Walnut, the
brick
brown
building.
brick building.
No, that's an apartment complex now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
But they used to have dances in
In the basement of it?
Yeah.
Okay, now that could have been because there was a senior citizen, then became a senior citizen center.
Right.
Because my mother worked there for a while.
Right.
And then the building sat empty for a while, and then somebody bought it and
Made it.
remodeled it.
See, that's what I thought
15
Club
apartments in it
Platinum
now.
was.
That's why I never knew the club.
Yeah, now right next to it at Henderson Corner Lounge is what he's talking about.
That's club.
It's Club Platinum, is that what it's called? I never knew what it was called. All I know is you can't get through there on Saturday night. It's cars everywhere.
But you know, back in December, we had a black tie affair, a ball, and that is something that Muncie don't really have, you know, for the people. And it was really nice to see, you know, everyone dressed up in gowns and tuxedos, and you know, it was just a change,
Right.
you know, because she
A
just
chance for you
don't-
to bring out the stuff and have a place to wear it to.
and to also introduce the young, like our kids went, you know, because they're of age. They never been, you know, to a
Black tie.
Black tie affair.
yeah, to a black tie affair. You know, all they know is going to these clubs on the weekend
With
and
jeans and sneakers.
pants not pulled up.
Don't
you know.
go there. Leave me alone.
But they got to see, you know, a different social level.
Right.
You know, respectable, no trouble. You know, everybody had, you know, a good time. So I was glad that they did have the opportunity
Now,
to see
there
something
is
on that
something
level.
coming back along that line. Do you know where
State party?
Uncle Monty's?
Yeah.
How do you
before
find
go-
out about it?
Somebody else has got that now, and they're having sets out there on Friday, Saturday night. Adult.
Oh, really?
And there's a band out there from Ball State. It's a Ball State band. He came here from Trinidad. Okay, who bought that building from him? And there's an adult set that happens out there, and they don't charge you to get in. The cost of your meal covers it.
Oh, that sounds
You just
good.
you just buy a meal and you get to watch the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that club before?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, see, you said what? Stomping ground.
So how many people usually go? Yeah. You all go in the same time?
This is in Fort Wayne.
Must be nice club every time you come back. They always bring
You
back
know
some
what?
kind of little light
All
or
the
something.
talking y'all was doing about Muncie, y'all never talked about the, like when they had the Dodge City shootout and all the basketball tournaments in Eagle
Yeah,
Park.
the summer
You
tournament.
know, yeah, summertime.
Now are those during
And then we got they're bringing it back again. The Back to Muncie reunion is coming back up in August. this
Yeah.
year.
We
Yeah,
talked to
Right.
Renee and Yolanda about that.
Yeah.
Yolanda's my niece.
That started in '88. Okay, we did that for the first time. I should be on the committee that did that, for the entertainment committee in '88. And then every 4 years from '88, and then it went to some point and it stopped. And now it resurrected, started.
Matter of fact, when they did it 4 years ago, Vicky was over that. Vicky, you know, she did most of the work really,
Yeah.
but she was in charge of that.
No, Debonair's does it.
Well, see, you know, actually they sponsored it and they were supposed to help out, but she basically done it. You drag your feet.
Well, that's
she just
another.
take over.
Debonair's is a very old, from the '50s and prior to the '50s, social club. It's over on Gavin Street. It's a place where lots of times, and it's got a liquor license too and all that. And a lot of people go there from time to time. And it's like you still have to pay to join it though, right? I mean, join the Debonair's club itself. But then they have dances where you can walk in. This is a small building. It's not
Pass.
Associate.
An associate membership. But
Mr. Goodall never selling that club, didn't he?
Yeah.
it's one of those. It's one of those things that was born out of necessity. They wanted some place to go, and a group of guys got together, bought that. It used to be a house. They bought that house. They came together as a club, and they had memberships, and they actually voted on who they wanted in and out. And then they actually started to do positive things like performing, helping the community, holding different community
I
projects.
played on the first baseball
And it's
team.
been around now. It's like a second, almost a third generation thing.
Right.
They sponsored, they sponsored our baseball team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 58.
Longfellow.
I was on that first team that they
Well, that's uniform and stuff.
yeah, all uniform, little decorators across the front of it.
Yeah, so it was a club that was, like I said, it was started because they wanted something to do and they wanted to have control over it. So they started a club and it stuck. You know, they had good organization.
I wonder what
It's
happened
still
to
around. Now their kids
Bobby's
is
jazz
grandkids.
collection on Reel to Reel. What happened to that? Yeah. Well, anyway, Bobby, he's dead now. Would have a jazz.
Oh, Big
playing-
Bobby.
Big Bobby. Fletcher. And it'd be on the old style reel to reel,
Yeah.
7-inch reel to reel or something like that. On slow speed and
Yes.
playing jazz all day long
Where at?
at the Debonair.
Okay.
Debonair School.
They're starting that again to have
Something to do.
jazz reviews. You know, where
Well,
jazz all
Clinton
over.
Taylor's group came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, not too long ago.
December 1st.
Yeah.
He's
Jazz
from
band.
Muncie, but he lives in Indianapolis now. But he brought his jazz band over and played down there to help him raise money.
Okay.
I think it's raising money for the back of Muncie.
Now, did you say the tournaments in Hickam Park are called the Dodge City Tournament?
Oh, well,
Got 30 and
we
over?
started the 30 and over tournament, and then the Soul Bowl was the biggest for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And then the Dodge City Shootout, and then what's that other tournament? Well, not the back to school tournament, but the one that they held. Matter of fact, it conflicts with something big that happens at with Expo every year. That tournament conflicts with Expo every year.
So
you're kind of torn what you're gonna do, but no, not the customer. They play that. Oh.
yeah, that's on the parking lots. And also they have what's it called?
But those tournaments have drawn, I mean, guys that grew up here and went on college and pro, and they brought back professional players.
Well, was
For
it last
example.
year that Bonzi Wells brought Norm Nixon and all them back? Or was that the year before?
Well, Norm came, but Norm didn't play though. I mean, he came, yeah. But
Well, when Robert Reed was still playing for Houston.
Alan Level brought Rob, he's from Muncie, and
He's the one that
Robert
built the
Reed
basketball
came,
court down
and,
there. Level. I don't know.
yeah, Alan Level, he built a second court down here in McCullough Park. But
The Houston Rockets.
yeah, played for Houston Rockets.
Another thing that goes on, I was gonna say, I forgot it. It was there used to be back up until '88 or '87 a celebration of Black Music Month held in McCullough Park.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sit on the committee that done that, and we would raise money to bring in national acts and bands to play down there, and people, pull their barbecue wagons and everything in, and we let people sell whatever they want, whatever they have.
This is 87 through 88, you said?
That's
Oh, okay. Yeah, this the last one I was involved in was 87, and we had about. It was a year that we brought the group out of Louisville called Snap in.
Oh yeah.
Remember Snap?
Yeah.
Okay. They had a hit that was. I can't think of it. Anyway, it was on the charts at that time. We managed to get them here, told them what we wanted, and got in touch with their manager, and he said, "Well, we'll give you a bargain basement price to bring the band up. And all we need to do is just give us plenty of food to eat and things to drink. And we got them in for $700, a national act. There's about 9 people in that band. But anyway, the part we had probably, I'm estimating the crowd to be about between 5,000 and 6,000 people showed up that particular weekend to see this band. And that was a real, and the nice thing about it, as the people that came here said, wasn't no problem. There was no fights. Everybody got along real well. I was surprised to get that many people together and have no problems. There was only one little disturbance. A couple of little girls got into it, and we had to separate them over some boy. So when we got that taken care of, that was the only close to negative thing that happened that whole day.
Starts all the trouble anyway.
You lied.
Junior high school.
Have this girl thinking you her boyfriend, and then you got this girl
Yeah,
thinking
that
you
probably was. It was They were junior high school.
Play.
But I remember we gave a set one time, and they didn't believe that we got the group, and nobody came to the set, and they missed it. It was an SOS band. Boy, they were so
I've heard
sad.
this. I've heard this.
That was so sad.
SOS came?
Yes, at a skateaway.
Skateaway.
Yeah, a group like that. And
Yeah,
they did not
they
practice
national.
And I was in on that too.
That's a
I
national
was so
group.
hurt.
And, you know, they had posters out, but nobody, because it was
They
big
didn't
time, they was
believe
at the top at the
Yeah,
time.
nobody believed it.
And they didn't want to believe
here.
that SOS was coming to
SOS ain't
Muncie.
coming to Muncie.
They
But to
came.
prove it, I got their 3 of their albums, and I got them all signed.
Autographed.
And I can prove to you, yes, they were here.
And when was that?
We did. Casey got it. Let's see, God, what year was that? 87?
About 86. About 86.
And they played at the skateaway?
Yeah, it's no longer open.
Don't you still have the poster at home?
I might have a poster.
I'm surprised it didn't come out because that was a hot group back then.
Oh man, they were on top then.
Weekend
Weekend
Girl.
Girl had just skyrocketed on the charts, you know. Oh man. But, yeah, it's a lot of stories in Muncie. You just find the right people to talk to.
Yeah.
What's something we definitely shouldn't overlook as far as leisure for the Black community? Something that brings a lot of attendance, or
That's a good question.
Like one event that might draw a lot of people that we should be searching for.
yeah, or an interest.
Yeah, an interest more or less, because another section has like expo. They have that type of stuff. We have more like the, you know, what you could do on an individual basis or a group of friends, something like that.
When we mentioned the Back of Muncie thing, that you know,
There's a lot of activities that surround this basketball tournament.
And then there's a lot of Rib Fest thing coming up too. That draws a lot
Rib
of folks in
Fest.
summer.
But probably, you know, backyard cookout.
yeah,
Because
that one,
you'd be surprised. You set a grill up
yeah.
In the
a
park,
cooler,
right down here all the time.
and the next thing you know, you got a crowd.
You got a crowd.
And if it's the right, you know, the right people, you know, it can turn into, man, what's going on? There's a party out there.
Yeah.
The next thing you know,
And I don't think that.
But you know, even now, like this past summer on Sunday, while we're
Yeah,
on our
the
way coming to church,
Yeah.
park be packed.
Packed.
They, you know,
And
we
it
be
ain't
on
no-
hot
it ain't
dogs
nothing
and
going
stuff.
on. I mean, you know, ain't no
they be
bands
at the
playing or
basketball
nothing.
court,
Yeah.
you know, around the cabin.
what
It would be packed.
what started that was the older guys my age, wanted to play basketball without having the true athletes of their time playing against them. It's like fathers playing against sons. They didn't want to do that. The fathers wanted to play against the fathers. So Sunday morning, you didn't have to worry about the court. You could get the court. It was easy.
So that's how that started.
That's how that started
I
because
was wondering what was happening. The party
okay,
last
it's
year.
like
Yeah.
it's like Gwen and Bonzi. Okay, when Bonzi was when he first left college, you know, and he used to go down there and play. Well, Gwen said, "Man, I can't play with these kids no more. You know, they jump over my head." You know, and so they said, "Well, let's." Because I remember Ernest was down there too, and he said, "Man, let's play on Sunday morning." You know, so
Because anybody there that Sunday morning.
because the old guys, you know, you don't hang out like you used to, so you get able to get up,
You can get up and get going.
You know,
Yeah.
so the younger guys, you know, they got hangovers, so we ain't got to worry about it. We got the court. So that's kind of how that started. But it got popular, and now the younger guys are starting. Oh, that's where you go, guys.
Both of you are around during the summer.
Yeah.
You
And
don't
then if
go
you got
home
the
during
younger
summer.
guys, you
Just drive any given
girls.
Sunday morning, just drive
Yeah.
past this park down there,
See.
and it'll be handful of
Yeah.
people. But everybody's got their little grill up, and it's just like a big social affair. But
Just like
it's
she
not
said.
organized or anything like that.
Now, it used to be nice and quiet, and you play a couple games. That's all you could play anyway. And you sit down and you get your beer, and you know, you
Now
kind
it's
of
chill
cool
time.
out. But then the younger guys found out, and they started coming. And with the younger guys came the younger girls. Then you got problems. Then you got problems. My goodness. But it's still fun, though. You know.
I'm wondering how it got started.
Yeah, that's it.
Every Sunday morning.
I went down there a couple Sundays and played. You know, it was like we were hiding from the kids, man. We can't keep up with them no more. We still have our memories, but we can't keep up with them.
Put the memories on the court.
So you get some old guys together and play, and then you know, if you sit back and watch it, it's more comedy than anything. But at least you can play the game and not have to worry about getting slammed on. Somebody holler face. You know, just go out there and take long jumps and stuff.
What kind of food did you have? Or will you have?
They
we won't make it.
Yeah, hot dogs, mainly hot dogs and maybe some hamburgers. But then it got to the point where the crowd started getting bigger, and a couple enterprising young men brought some ribs out there, and then they sit up and they start cooking. And side dishes to go with them. Yeah. And then the next thing you know, you had your own carnival out there.
And any given Sunday, you'll see anywhere from
when the weather breaks.
Mostly men, or do women come back too?
Right there by the basketball court.
Men,
and then that field behind it. Yeah, everybody. And there's cars parked all over the place, everywhere. I mean, you know, and then the boomers are going in the cars, and you know, just cooking up stuff and having a good time.
Got a little silly last year.
Something happened.
And then where Danny got hurt at?
On the motorcycle.
See,
yeah, that's right. Somebody got hurt.
Yeah. And see,
he pulled out in front of a car.
Mr. Molly coming from church.
One of those kind of space age.
Yeah. And they ride all down like this, and they go fast. You know, we cruise. You know, these guys. And a group of them got together, and they were down in the park. I think it was Sunday. I think it was on a Sunday.
Sunday was.
And they were down there. And the old guys were trying to play basketball, and then all these kids show up, and then he pulled out and was gonna punch it. They like to they like to do that. Yeah. Well, he done that. He didn't see that van turning out there, and he ran right into it. He almost died.
He missed it real bad.
Matter of fact, he lost part of his arm.
But I didn't know who it was and how what happened.
Yeah, it was Danny, and he running the Mr. Molly's van. Mr. Molly was sick about it. You know, he couldn't get it. He couldn't get out of the way. He would come at him so fast. He couldn't. So. But anyway, that little old guy who wanted to play basketball turned into this big thing, and then now you got stuff like this happening. So we'll have to figure out another place.
What do the women usually do while the men play basketball?
Spectate.
Well, actually, their wives and stuff don't be out there doing it.
No, I think it's just a guy. Well, it's
mostly, like I
it's
said,
mostly guys.
Yes, it's mostly guys.
Seen very little
Older,
ladies.
very
And like you
guys.
said, you know, it attracted the younger guys.
Yeah.
And then anytime you have a group of younger guys, you're going to have little hot girls, you know.
with their little cell phone.
And the skimpy outfits and everything, you know.
There you go. But anyway, the older guys, the wives were happy to have us out of the house. So, you know.
It's good for them too.
Yeah. So, you know, it was cool.
Those skimpy outfits.
The atmosphere changed. I mean, it was nice at first.
Yeah, I thought it would be out there.
Speaking of skimpy outfits, I saw last year one. I said, those are pajamas. It was real thin, had swimsuit underneath it, and you can see everything. And I'm saying, she's asking for trouble. She is asking for going out here looking like that.
The house like
And it had a little frilly stuff on it, you know, frenzy stuff on the ends of it. You know, you wear it outside.
I
You
know
know,
it's
girl.
just an outfit that he saw.
Yeah. And in the park. I was just happened to she was waiting across the street, and I stopped to get a pedestrian. And I'm saying it now. Now somebody says something to her or does something to her, she's gonna scream bloody murder, but you going out here asking, dressed like that. Yeah.
Just have another female criticizing you, be ready to fight.
And then speaking, I don't mean to be gender biased here, but if there's a big difference in the generations, the way we grew up, I think the guys are basically about the same. It seems like the females are a lot more risque now than they were. We was coming up, you know, we couldn't already, you couldn't touch women. They wasn't aggressive like they are now, and it's just different. Like, the young females now are more aggressive. If they want somebody, they seem to be more aggressive about pursuing.
But you know what? When you all was coming up, when we was coming up, you had more other kids in church too. You know, and I think that plays a big part in the difference of the youth then and, you know, and now.
Well, to give you an example, when I was in high school, and I was on the high school committee, what do you call it, board?
Student council?
Student council. When I was in high school, girls could not wear pants to school. And our student council voted and had that changed. Because we had a couple of rough winters there. We felt sorry for the girls. I mean, you know, they couldn't find the old long poodle skirts no more. This was in the 60s, and them girls were cold.
Well, it's just
and
like,
so we helped vote to change the dress code in the school so the girls could wear pants. You know, that's how bad it was.
yeah, it was. In middle school, you know, or junior high school, you know, we would wear the pants up on our dress or skirt, but as soon as we got to the building, they had to come off.
Yeah, I remember that girls would take the leggings off. We call them leggings, whatever. They go to the closet and take them off before they come to class.
And now you go to the schools. Some of the schools, you wonder how they get in with the way they dress now. So how they get out of the house dressed like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, but generations, you know, it's just changed.
But you know,
sign of the times.
My kids being in high school, you know, you look at that compared to when we was in high school, the teachers, they don't have control of the classroom. You know, it's like the students basically take over. Students walking down the hallway got papers and stuff. You know, they tried to take those away. But I remember even when he was in elementary and I went to his classroom and there was paper and stuff all over the floor, and when we was in school, you didn't see stuff like that. You know, you raise your hand to speak, and, you know, the students just didn't talk back and argue with the teacher, and it's just so different now. It's real different.
We've got, I'm gonna ask you something. Oh, like we've got a lot of stories like about what young men did when they were younger, but we don't have that many, you know, stories about what females did, because we know about the sports, you know, football and basketball and stuff. But what did you and us do growing up?
Well, let's see. Because, you know, I told you that, you know, we grew up, you know, we played softball and all. We went to recreation. And I know my friends and I, we used to go to the movies a lot. You know, we had several theaters downtown, and, you know, and Wiley isn't that far from downtown, but we used to walk downtown and go to the movie theaters a lot also.
Well, there used to be like 4 nice movie theaters in
Yeah.
downtown.
Downtown.
That's for the malls and all that came in.
Right. You know, but see, during my time, because, yeah, I remember, again, I'm younger than them, I only remember the Rivoli and the Strand. You know, the 2 theaters there.
You remember the Wiseman?
You remember the Wiseman?
Yeah.
Okay, where the Glass Bank
Civic?
Civic Theater, Red Line Civic Theater. Well, this was
I mean,
Civic.
I knew it
Civic's
existed,
still
but
there,
I
but
don't
it's been
remember. I've
reset.
never been
Yeah,
there.
okay, it was on that parking lot,
States
Uh-huh.
right behind the bank.
Yeah.
And it was a 3-story. It was only 3 stories we had.
Yep.
See, and let them bring a black movie to Muncie, and everybody go see it, you know. So, but.
That was great too because in the 60s, that's when they started with the black exploitation film Shaft and Trouble Man and Superfly and all that stuff.
Oh, that's where the came from. Okay, leaning forward
What's
with
what girl
top of your head showing. and Kim Rose, that's where that came from. 1971.
Yeah, Jackie Brown. So
Man, they had a lot of movies.
And as soon as that movie came out, everybody you see doing this.
Leaning.
In a Cadillac. Yeah, leaning. And then the later from car
Gangsta Lean.
That was it. Gangsta Lean started with the Superfly movie in 71.
Yeah.
How often did Muncie bring black movies to the theaters?
Oh, back then.
Yeah, the ones that came out, really. Yeah. The Shaft,
They was making
Superfly.
money back then. You know, when it
Cotton
first
Come
came
to Harlem.
Cotton Come
Remember
to
that?
Harlem.
out. They call them what, the black exploitation.
Exploitation.
Well, see, back then the movie theaters most of them were independent. Now you got these cineplexes and they're hooked up with a movie company, so they basically only show the movies at that company. But back then, the independent, they could show anything that they wanted. You know, so you know that's the difference there. That's why you don't get as many first run or you get as many black movies. Like I'm trying to remember what's that new one that just came out? Matter of fact, it's on DVD already.
Brown Sugar?
Brown Sugar. I want to see that. And it was like here maybe a week and was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they bring them to Muncie, they don't say
They don't say that. No, you gotta hurry up and see them.
Yeah, you gotta hurry up and see it. It's not, I'll wait till next week. You go this week, you don't see it. That's how that is.
I mean, several of them like that. But yeah, movies. That was another.
That was not good.
You remember that you used to, there were certain times of the year where you could take a canned good and go to the movies.
Oh yeah,
during Christmas.
Yeah.
During Christmas, you remember that?
Thanksgiving. That's you in for.
What I remember as a kid is around Christmas time, they would have Santa Claus there.
Yeah.
After the movies, you come out and Santa Claus hang your bag of candy.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. After bag of candy.
Now the Riverly is set up. The way it was set up, it was like it had a stage, and I mean it was a beautiful theater. They could actually do stage plays in there. But I don't know if you remember. I think the kind of thing that kind of broke the rule. Remember the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah.
I think that was the manager. The owner got so mad after that. He said, "What the hell?" He was pretty upset. He didn't know that they threw all that water and stuff. And, oh, it was wild. I went to that. I said, "Oh, I can't stay in this. Can't stay here. Gotta go." Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'll never forget it. I went because it was popular, and I said, "Well, let me go see what it's all about." That was different.
And that's the Rivoli is that spelled R-I-V-E-L-Y?
How was it?
R-I-V-O-L-I.
R-I-V-O-L-E-I.
Rivoli.
Yeah, and then was
Rivoli.
O-L-I.
It was actually somebody's last name.
That's what the Ball Corporation's foundation building is now.
Yeah, it's gone. But it was a beautiful place.
It was really good. It had all that Gothic interior woodwork, the real, stuff.
And there was the Strand movie. Strand Theater.
Oh yeah, the Strand and the Wise. They were right next to each other.
They were close to one another.
Why Strand and the Wise?
So why was the first to close? Because I just don't remember that one.
Yeah, I think
Wise
so.
Wise was the first thing.
I think it was probably one of the oldest.
Yeah, one of
Did
the
they have an Uptown or something?
They had one called a Hoosier Theater.
Yeah, the
I
Hoosier.
don't remember that.
I don't.
There was
Just my
several.
father,
And these
wasn't
were
what he was talking about.
some of them were the old shows that had, the marquee with the lights and stuff. So, they were like the old fashioned shows.
Like the Civic Theater is now.
Yeah, the Civic is the only one that's still there, and it still pretty much looks the way it did back in the 60s and 70s.
But the malls is what killed most of them, because when they came in, the quadplexes out in the mall, and everybody started going out there. So not only that, a lot of the things that was downtown at the time the malls came online. They took people out to the mall and used the business of downtown. A lot of restaurants and stuff closed.
And see, it used to be entertaining just to go downtown because we actually
Especially
had
at Christmas
downtown.
time.
Yeah.
Because everybody's store had a it was like a
Christmas
competition with the
lights,
prettiest Christmas
yeah.
tree inside their store, showroom store window.
And we had Ball Brothers, and we had Ball Stores.
Yeah, Ball Stores.
And J.C.
Penney's,
and
all that downtown.
Stillman's.
Sears, Stillman's.
There were several department stores
Downtown.
Downtown. I mean, the old-fashioned kind of where you walk in, go to different floors and shop for different things, and it was nice downtown.
And a lot of drugstores, remember the drugstores?
Yeah,
Kresge's.
Woolworths. And it was a pretty nice downtown.
Yeah, downtown used to be really.
And when the city would decorate the lights up real pretty and everything. We put the city lights on the street posts and all that.
About 6-8 block area, all year round.
Around Christmas time, it'd be jam-packed downtown.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was pretty nice. Like you said, when they built that Muncie Mall.
Yeah.
It's-
They took everything out.
And now you
When did they build that mall?
70, 69?
60.
What, early 70s maybe?
I say,
Well,
It
I
opened
wasn't
in the
here.
70s.
yeah, they started building it in, I want to say 68. Because I can remember when there was a field out there. I can remember that.
See, I'm trying to think. When I came home from the war, it was there.
Yeah.
That was January 69.
Yeah,
It was there.
it was there. Yeah.
I remember Mama writing me and telling me that we get ready to get them all. They're building them all back in 67 or 8.
together. It used to be just 2 lanes.
Oh yeah, and it stopped at Tillotson.
Yeah.
There was cornfield from Tillotson on out. Yeah.
We've been in long. We've watched Muncie grow. I mean, it used to be a little town, and it grew into a city. Now it seems like it's going back into a town.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess for your entertainment value, probably the best thing you have is a backyard cookout. To me,
That is like there's a lot of outdoor activities.
you set your little boom boxes, stereo speakers out.
Somebody ride by and see you
Ice
cooking, they
grill.
stop by.
And that's
smell
the
it.
thing.
Or
That's
smell
the
it,
thing.
yeah.
Do people still do that?
Oh yeah.
Still stop by?
Yeah.
So if you could set up like a picture for us, what would that be like? Like if in the book we wanted to take readers who may not know anything about it into what was going on, what would that be like? Like from smells to what you see, from the weather, everything.
Like how it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What keeps coming to mind is the Will Smith video, Summertime. And it used to be like that around here. It used to be just like that, you know. But that's what keeps coming to mind for me. For me to try to make you picture it. That because where I live now, we live at the corner of 7th and Ebright, and I got a nice backyard. And if I set out a grill and put some music out, eventually somebody will come by, they'll see me out there. And I know a lot of people, and they'll stop.
So
And
you,
then
It works every time.
And then someone will see
and
their
then somebody
car's
will see
parked.
their car,
and
and they'll stop.
Works every
And
time.
if I stay out there from, say, the middle of the afternoon till early evening, by the time the sun starts to set, I'll have a crowd, you know, and I might not be grilling them from the hot dog, but it's just the idea of people getting together and, you know, just having a good time.
so would this start like with the cooking and everything start in the morning and then go on through the day, like on a
It's basically
Saturday?
good what you want to cook too.
Yeah, that it depends on that, on your
Hot
menu.
dogs you can do real quick.
Yeah, hot dogs, no problem. But if you
Heavy
want
stuff you got to wait.
with all these excellent chefs around here, if you want to do the ribs right, you got to start it.
But you know, I think another.
Well, actually, you have to start the night before because you got to, what do you call it?
Marinate.
Baste and all that.
Marinade and all that.
And boy, if somebody know you can barbecue some ribs, I guarantee you. Right.
And this is Saturday.
The aroma.
It can be any
Any
day.
day. Don't matter. The aroma about like to get you
But growing up, you know, it's like a kind of small community. See, everybody knows everybody.
Right.
So it's no problem about barging in on anybody. When you've been knowing this person all your life, so it's no big deal about just stopping by. I think that's the key.
There's something
Being a
about
community
barbecue,
like this,
it goes a
there's-
long way.
Sure does.
QLs, I can smell QL down where I live.
It's a key.
Oh,
thing.
we used to be able to smell it across the bread. Yeah. Matter of fact, I thought about trying to get some QLs the other night. It was closed. I was so mad.
QL is down the section.
Yeah, right here at Bob's Hill.
No, it just wasn't open.
QL's been around for a while.
Yeah, he started in, what, 59?
Somebody was talking about how he started. He started
In his yard, somebody.
in his yard
Yeah.
And
and church function.
church, yeah.
And catering church function, and he took that and started that, and it's a business. And with that little business, he put both his girls, all his kids through college. So
And I always say as a running joke to him is that you have a built-in coast-to-coast national marketing for QL barbecue if you decide to branch out. Just put an ad in Pittsburgh. Put an ad in Pittsburgh City. Ball State students from Pittsburgh. QL's coming to town.
yeah, because
Everybody
a
in
lot
Ball
of
State
Ball
knows
State
QL.
kids.
Yeah.
All you do is mention that Ball State people living in Pittsburgh, they know about QL's barbecue in Muncie, Indiana. Yep, all the way across the country. But that's what Ball State students do. They come out, I've been out many times, line of the cars and Ball State stickers in the window, I know from Ball State and students. And it's one after another, after another, after another.
So he used to cater a lot of to the factories too.
Yeah,
You know,
take
he
big
had-
orders.
He had drivers, they take orders. He had drivers to take them over there and drop off lunches. Well, actually his hours of operation, days of operation was just Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, because he cut out Wednesday.
Yeah.
No more Wednesday.
So, you know, within those 3 days, man, he's out a lot, really.
And we're talking clear till he closes. Clear till he closes, or sells out, whichever comes first.
And usually he sold out.
Yeah, because he
He had
loses
to
with
close
the tits
early.
first.
Yeah.
They're always first to go.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good recipe.
Oh, yeah.
But going back to answer your question, that summertime video is what, every time I watch it, I think, man, is that me standing up?
So it's coming on again too. It kind of reminds me of what it used to be, but it's in LA. It's like Friday.
Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
That could be a neighborhood
That
anywhere.
anywhere. But Ice-T, you know, with the beach.
Ice Cube.
I mean, Ice Cube.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
That boy.
That's coming on tonight.
So one thing we could do is, like, we've already started writing some of the stories, and we just kind of creatively add things, like, from what we get from the stories. And so when we do this one, we would bring it to you and say, are we doing this right? Is this what you're trying to tell us? And then if it's not, we'll change it around. But so that's why we keep asking certain things like that.
Do you still go to church barbecues or?
Well, we haven't had. We're scheduled. I think. I thought I heard him say they were scheduled to do one this year.
I heard about
Church
one at the
picnic.
river. He mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's going to be a picnic involved in that, I think. But we had a big one about 11 years back now.
Wasn't that 95,
No, it was 92.
92?
Right up here in the north end of McCullough Park.
Oh,
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
how's that different from way back? Like, did you used to have them a lot more often?
Well, it didn't used to be a planned event.
No.
You know, it was something that somebody just did.
Right.
You know, and the next thing you know, you got a crowd.
Well, when we did that one in 92, the church wasn't like it is now. And I took the stuff from up there onto I got the park department. I knew a guy that ran the park department. And had him take a lot of stage equipment out the park for me. And we set up the stage just like a church. It was just church service. Took the chairs up there, pulpit, and all that kind of stuff, PA system. And all that. And we just had church in the park, or Sunday school, church, and then the picnic hall.
Okay.
And it was really nice. That was
Everybody
a very
cooked, you know, brought cycles.
yeah. We had power down there to run coffee and all that. It was excellent. And of course, I had to get a generator to run all the power for the PA system and all that. But
Play volleyball.
played volleyball. Had a good time. That was
Yeah,
one
it
of
was real
the
nice.
probably the biggest ones we had. And the last one was 92. Was summer 92. And I've been, you know, I don't
That was
know
one Sunday where you had church and you was really dressed comfortable.
Right. And it was a nice day too. It wasn't really hot that day. It was just perfect pleasant day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in August of that year.
Was it during the same time when did Bethel have one too?
They
had one out in
Union had
Reservoir.
one. Union had one
Okay.
down
Okay.
there in the park about
Yeah.
2 days, two weeks later. Something like that.
It was on this side of the parking set up.
Right, we was on the north side.
It was on the north side.
Because the trees are just, you know, this canopy was a lot better down there for shade and everything. Because that was the main thing when I selected that site. I was on the committee to plan it. Is that I was looking for shade to put everything in, so the people and the stage would be in the sun. You know, plus you know when you get your PA equipment hot,
Yeah.
the sun on it and all that kind of stuff.
The organized barbecues.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a good
Good organ, you got it.
good organization together, organized barbecue. That used to be a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
that'll do it. And you, like you said, we get people that don't even go to church.
Yeah. Oh,
Because they smell the barbecue.
Yeah.
Something.
Some guy wasn't waking up in the park, come staggering through there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, freestyle barbecue though. That's the backyard barbecue.
Yeah.
It's freestyle. You just wing it. This is whatever happens. You know.
It was just like last summer when we blocked off the streets
Oh,
out
yeah,
here
yeah.
for our little.
We had a carnival for the kids.
Yeah, and you know, we right there on the corners where we had a grill set up, and people who wasn't even coming to the little carnival, they was pulling over
Yeah,
and getting
about it.
lunch, you know,
Yeah.
buying food,
Mhm.
bottled water, pop,
Yeah.
sausage, hot dogs, snow cone.
And that seems to go no matter what church does it. All the churches that I've been to, that I've seen do it, and I support them with them out here, and the food tastes good. And, you know,
Yeah, because different churches, you got, you know, different people, you got different cooks. Boy, some of the best food, you know. It's like Viola, like you said, he started the whole restaurant thing and catered to the church, cooking for the church, because he had one of the bigger grills. Almost franchise restaurants. Like you said, if he did,
Everybody
there's
in
enough
Ball
people
State
that know about
from about 60 on knows about Ball State Ball Kilos. Anywhere, from wherever country they come to Muncie to go to school, they will always learn about at the Kilos.
Well, Mia mentioned that we'll come back if we decide that something stands out and we want to put it in the chapter. But if you consent to that, we just have to have a consent form from all of you.
Maybe we would actually log this tape and put it in the Ball State Archives.